Hi, my name is Michiana, and I'm going to be talking about why you should consider volunteering at your community gardens because they really deserve your time and you should think about it. So imagine a place where neighbors come together to grow fresh food, share stories, and build something right in their communities. Many of you may live in Indiana where a lot of these community gardens aren't really thriving right now and they're dying down. Your energy and time could be the part that helps really contribute to the gardens and help them flourish and thrive. So, as someone who has volunteered at community gardens, I can see how just a few hours of your time could really help a garden thrive and contribute to helping a garden look beautiful and grow. Today, I'll show you why community gardens matter and why they need volunteers and how you can make a difference by getting involved in your local gardens. Volunteering at community gardens in Indiana strengthens communities and improves access to fresh food in your local communities. So, imagine walking through a garden where there's fresh fruit and a whole lot of pollinators and blooming flowers. Now imagine knowing that garden was not built by professionals, but people like you, like your neighbors, and people in your communities. Community gardens are more than patches of just green in communities. They're places where friendships grow, food is shared, and hope is planted. Let's begin by talking about why these community gardens are so special and why they deserve your guys' attention. Community gardens are welcoming spaces that benefit everyone in their communities. According to an article titled community gardens reduce food miles, support pollinators, and foster environmental stewardship, all while providing fresh produce and greens for your neighbors. So community gardens promote health and sustainability. They are really impactful to their communities because they provide fresh produce and a sustainable environment for our communities. They also serve as food produce to underserved areas, so areas that don't really have as many opportunities to get fresh produce, they can pick from these community gardens. They also reduce food miles and help the environmental impact by creating these fresh gardens. Community gardens are places where people can come together and strengthen the community. Community gardens encourage teamwork, and this is very important because it helps people come together as a community, and this can be people from all different age groups, different cultures, different backgrounds. They really help people come together as one to help strengthen their community. They also create self-welcoming spaces for people who don't really have much experience. They can still come and help, even if it's in little ways or bigger ways. While these gardens offer great benefits, they face serious challenges that requires our help to help them flourish. According to an article written by Steve Dubs in 2021, during the pandemic, gardens like Loras County Community Gardens faced a surge in food demand, but it dropped in volunteers. This shows how fragile it is for community gardens to be able to have community gardens that help their food demand and food supply and fresh produce, because as stated before, and during the food pandemic, they really didn't have much to give these people who really needed the things to eat. Many gardens in Indiana are also understaffed, which means they don't really have many people working there to help keep up with the garden. So this could be risk for closures, or just the garden dying down, or the garden really not flourishing because it's a big garden but not many people to help it thrive and flourish. This is why volunteering at gardens are very important. This also limits resources and also doesn't help with the maintenance of gardens, so weeding and all those things. So there's really not much fresh produce growing because you have all these bad things happening. Volunteers are essential to keep the gardens up and running in your guys' community. Volunteers can help with planting and harvesting, also weeding, and just upkeeping the garden in general. So it can be something big or it can be something small. Volunteers also help support educational programs, whether these programs are for kids or they're for adults. You can help in large or little ways to help keep these programs growing and flourishing and teaching people about food. Luckily, there's a simple way that you can be a part and help strengthen these community gardens. According to an article from Elkhart Food Council, volunteering improves public health. It strengthens food securities and even produces neighborhood security. All while offering personal fulfillment, volunteering is easy and impactful. And it is also very personally rewarding. You feel fulfilled after volunteering at these gardens. There are opportunities for everyone to volunteer at community gardens from many different levels. So if you're not very educated on weeding and all those things at gardens, they can help you do something simple, or you can do something more, a bigger task like helping with events or something like that. They really ask for anything and they give you options on your skill levels and what you're able to do and can't do indoors or outdoors. They have many different opportunities for you. Volunteering can build personal fulfillment because you are taking the time out of your day to help fulfill the garden. So picture yourself planting herbs of fruit alongside children, chatting with neighbors, and watching your work bloom. You get to see your work flourish and thrive. So this is very rewarding to see your work bloom and foster and people pick from the garden that you helped and contributed to for it to bloom and thrive. Now let's finally wrap up with a reminder of why your involvement in your community matters the most. Community gardens promote health, community connections, and sustainability. They need volunteers, and you can be that helping hand. One garden you can volunteer at is Unity Gardens in South Bend. According to their website, Unity Gardens offers a year-round volunteer opportunities and has over 40 satellite gardens throughout South Bend. So if you don't want to volunteer at the main garden, you can volunteer at one of the smaller satellite gardens, which they also need help with upkeeping if you want to help at Unity. There are also volunteer gardens in places like Indy or all around the Michiana area. Volunteers help with everything from planting to community events, making it easy to get involved in your community gardens. So I challenge you to take the first step. Look up community gardens near you, whether it's Unity Gardens in South Bend, Growing Places in Indy, or your local plot in your community. Sign up, volunteer, bring a friend. Let's grow something beautiful together in our communities. Remember that image of planting a thriving garden filled with life. That vision becomes reality when people like you sign up to volunteer at our community gardens. So if you want to look into volunteering, which I heavily encourage you to do, there will be a few links in our bio about your local community gardens. And if not, I know that you can search up local gardens near me and you can find some of your local gardens. Thank you.